Hello everyone, welcome to the Super Medium Daily Show. Today we have an exciting story of White Master mysteriously falling ill after being denied the throne. The doctors were stumped. He even considered a dramatic exit. His mum decided to let him take the job instead. Soon, the White Master made a miraculous recovery and became the loyal sidekick of the 8th Sun God. The crew decided to keep trailing this dual-role medium, its primary search material. The next day, the White Master dragged the crew to his brother-in-law's funeral to talk about a party pooper. He sighed, stating his sister's oldest son died in an accident years ago, and her husband of cancer. The family now consisted of his sister and her daughter, Little Fish, plus brother and his crew came to help out. But the crew learned from brother that the sister and White Master weren't exactly best buds because she converted to Christianity, much to his chagrin. The White Master moved out in a huff, but soon after, Little Fish popped in to ask him to grab some stuff for Mom. The moment Little Fish met the White Master, she had a bad feeling, like stepping into a horror movie. When the White Master handed things to his sister, Little Fish completely lost it. She yelled in front of several uncles claiming someone called her pro, but everyone knew it was just her imagination running wild. Clearly, it was all her little horror show. Later that night, the White Master headed to bed. She spotted Little Fish staring blankly out the door. Where a blind old granny stood, it was like a silent movie scene. Little Fish didn't hear the White Master calling her, and the next day, the old granny mysteriously passed away. The White Master rushed outside, only to see Little Fish blankly standing there, then running up to find her doing, well, the same thing outside. The astute White Master, after years of silence, understood what was happening and rushed back to search Little Fish's room. She has indeed discovered an artifact that busts ghosts in her closet, amazingly. But when the White Master offered to help Little Fish, the sister shoved her out, fearing she'd pass on the medium gig to Little Fish. Back home, the crew learned Little Fish's ghost-busting item was one potter. So, they decided to focus on Little Fish's antics, just in case White Master needed to put out some fires. Little Fish was totally on board when she found out the crew wanted to film her. She could become a star, right? She arrived at the office at 8 AM daily, helping people job hunt. It was like her own girl bus adventure. But truth be told, Little Fish was skeptical about her aunt's medium gig and occasionally threw some sass. The crew caught up with Little Fish's mum to talk about the arrival of the 8th Sun God. She lamented she was sick for 5 solid months. She switched to believing in Jesus through a priest and slowly recovered, yet her sister still got sick, so reluctantly, she made her the medium. The crew asked Little Fish's mum what she'd do if the medium came back. She straight up refused to record. Next up, they sought out Little Fish's bestie about any odd behavior. She unleashed the gossip dragon. She flat out said Little Fish had become a different person lately, even brawling over candy with kids. Soon after, Little Fish decided to head home alone after her friend got tipsy, but somehow ended up at the office instead. The moment she laid down, she dozed off, and the next day everyone was shocked. Suddenly, red liquid spilled everywhere. Little Fish rushed to the restroom in a panic. Back home, Little Fish went mute. No amount of her mom's prodding helped. Mom, worried sick, quickly sought out brother to discuss Little Fish's oddities. Brother replied, clearly, the 8th Sun God is choosing Little Fish. She needs to brace herself. That night, Little Fish came home looking as if she'd seen a ghost. A fellow passenger tried to console her. Suddenly, bam! Little Fish threw a punch, and they kicked her off the bus. The crew filled the White Master in on the drama. It seemed Little Fish was in big trouble, so they rushed over the next day. The White Master approached Little Fish, asking if she felt unwell. Sister caught her in the act. Sister kicked out White Master again. Little Fish told Mom she didn't want to be a medium. Mom tried to reassure her daughter, but she was utterly stumped and confused. Little Fish aired her woes to the crew, saying she was having nightmares every night. In her dreams, a massive dude with odd tattoos and a red tank top loomed ominously. Additionally, there was a severed head lying next to it, truly giving one a sense of pure horror. Little Fish hit the office and suddenly felt awful. She dashed to the restroom, immobilized by intense pain. The production team attempted to pull her up, but unfortunately to no avail. When she stumbled back outside, the boss dismissed her with no second thought. Now that's a soap opera moment. That night, she went to church to get ready for a parade dressed as a princess to hand out candy. But while waiting for makeup, Little Fish felt something in her mouth and started digging around like a dog. She even started bleeding, but didn't notice until someone nearby snapped her back to reality.